Hey guys, and welcome back to Gap Grace Point Online. Today we start our brand new Journey to the Cross series as we get ready for the mystery of Easter. Last time when we were getting ready for a mystery, it was the mystery of Christmas, and we also used godly play to help us get ready for this mystery. In this series, Journey to the Cross, we once again use godly play, a special way of telling stories to help us get ready in this time of Lent for Easter. Lent is a time where the church has set some time aside because they know how important it is for us to realize how this event impacts our lives and how it is important in our lives. And so we put some time aside in our church year to get ready for this important mystery of Easter. Today we start with our first story. We look at the parables in this series as a way of getting ready for Easter. Parables are stories that Jesus told to help people understand specific things. And so today we look at the parable of the Good Samaritan. Firstly, we are going to need this. I wonder what it could be. It could maybe be a crack where this is separating. It could be something else. Let's see what else is part of our story today. I wonder what these could be. These are rocks that we know will be important in our story. We also have this town. This is Jericho. See the big walls? And then we have the town of Jerusalem. This is the road between Jerusalem and Jericho. There once was someone who was so important and knew so much and said such special things that people followed him. And so one day, someone asked this important person a question. Someone asked him, "What is the most important thing in life?" And Jesus said, "You already know." That is true, I do. It is to love God and to love people just like they are your neighbors. But who is my neighbor? Jesus answered his question with a parable. There once was someone walking between the road between Jerusalem and Jericho. As he walked along the road, he was attacked by two robbers, and they stole everything and hurt him. And they left him there half dead by the side of the road. Then there came someone along the road. This was a priest. He worked in the temple. But when he got to the man who was hurt, had everything stolen from him, and was half dead by the side of the road, he crossed over and continued on his way, leaving the half-dead man there. Sometime later, another man came along the road. He was called a Levite, and he had a special important function in the church, in their temple, to help with the music, and so he helped in the temple. When he got to the man that had been left half dead, he crossed over the side of the road and carried on the road to Jericho. But there was another person who came along this road from Jerusalem. He was not actually from Jerusalem, but was visiting from another country called Samaria. The people in Jerusalem didn't like the people from Samaria, and the people from Samaria didn't like the people from Jerusalem. But as this man traveled along the side of the road, and he saw the man who had been left half dead, injured, and had everything stolen from him, and he went to him, put medicine on his wounds, and then took his own donkey, put the man on his donkey, and they carried on along the road. This man took the injured man to an inn, and he stayed overnight to help this man. He even paid the innkeeper the next morning to help this man so that he could stay there to get well, and he could stay there until he got well. And this man carried along the road. Now I wonder, who would be the neighbor to this man? Would it be the Levite? Or maybe it would be the priest. Maybe it's not these two at all. Maybe it's one of these guys, the robbers. Would they be the neighbor to this man who was traveling along the road? Maybe it's not these two men at all. I wonder if it could be the man who was not from Jerusalem, the Samaritan man. Was he this man's neighbor? Maybe the priest and the Levite were each other's neighbors, and the two robbers were each other's neighbors. Or maybe the robber and the Levite were neighbors. Here is the man traveling along the road. Here is the Samaritan man, the priest, the Levite, and the two robbers. Here are the stones the robbers hid behind. Here is Jericho and Jerusalem and the road the traveler walked along. I wonder now who you think could be the neighbor to this man in the story. I wonder how big of a difference it would make if the man who came along the road was a child, or maybe if these were women along the road. I wonder which part of the story you think is the most important. Which part of the story could we take away and still have all the story we need? I wonder which part of the story you like the best. And I wonder, who is your neighbor? I wonder how this story, this parable, which helps us get ready, will help you get ready for our journey towards the cross.